Hello there, people of the internet. I'm Papa Hefe, and welcome to my channel. So I'm taking a little break from the Solar Bear videos for a little while. One, because I don't really have the resources at hand to do what I want to do for the next one. And two, because there's a story in the news that I want to address while it's still in the news. If you follow the news in the world of motorcycles at all, then I'm sure you're aware, CEO of Harley-Davidson Matthew Levatich stepped down a while back. Now, in spite of the fact that this came as a surprise to precisely no one in light of their sales figures over the last few years, this still brought with it a flurry of speculation about the future of the company and hot take pieces pinning the blame for everything that's gone wrong with them over the last 10 years or so at the feet of Levatich. And it even brought with it a predictable drop in the stock prices of the motor company. The thing is, you cannot in good faith put everything that's gone wrong at the motor company over the course of the last 10 or 15 years solely at the feet of Matt Levatich. Yes, as the CEO, he was the guy holding the reins, but at the end of the day, he still answered to the shareholders and to the board of directors. Their failure to adapt to a changing market on the corporate level was a team effort. But yeah, we definitely do need to acknowledge that as CEO, Matthew Levatich was the one boldly leading the charge into the status quo. See, way back in 2015, at the shareholders meeting, which, let's not forget, is supposed to be where companies unveil their bold and adventurous new plans for the future to drive sales and increase revenue, a young woman asked Matt Levatich what their plans were for revitalizing a brand that was already faltering. And he gave this long, rambling answer that kind of paid lip service to the idea of branching out into, you know, youth and minority markets, which are totally where Harley-Davidson needs to focus. Those are the markets that they haven't tapped in the past. So his answer kind of paid lip service to that idea, but really the takeaway from his answer was, no, we're going to hammer away at our traditional market share, which is upper class, retirement age white guys. That's not adventurous. That doesn't revitalize the brand. And wouldn't you know it, their sales figures continued to suffer. Fast forward to the launch of the Livewire. He had no clue what to do with this thing. The Livewire, when you look at it on paper, it's an exciting and bold step forward for a brand that's kind of stuck in the past in large part. There was absolutely nothing exciting about the marketing. There wasn't a huge push behind it in the first place. And to be frank, launching the flagship $30,000 model first was a terrible misstep. It's no wonder that most of the sales of the Livewire have gone to people who already own a high-end Harley-Davidson. However, in spite of all the doom and gloom surrounding the company right now, I am optimistic. Because while they haven't appointed a permanent CEO yet, their interim replacement, Jochen Zeitz, has been on the board for a while, so he's familiar with the company, and he is the direction they need to move in. This is a young, energetic guy who at the age of 30 became the CEO of Puma and took them from a brand that was on the verge of bankruptcy to being one of the largest, most recognizable distributors of sporting goods on the planet. This is the kind of person that I think should be at the helm when they launch products like the Pan America and the Bronx and the Custom Cruiser that hasn't gotten a lot of publicity, not a lot of hype, but people should really be focused on that, because mark my words, that's going to replace the Sportster. I know they've been making it since 1959, and replacing something like that iconic, that long running, that's a dangerous step. But they're going to have to do it. Either that or they get rid of the Evo engine because the Evo is being phased out by emission standards. If you do away with the Evo, you might as well do away with the Sportster. And it's entirely plausible that when they launch the custom cruiser, they call it Sportster. But as far as what they're manufacturing now, mark my words, 10 years from now, it'll be a thing of the past. What I'm trying to say here is that I know things are kind of scary right now for the die-hard Harley fans, but don't go abandoning ship just yet. I still stand by the assertion that I've made several times that I genuinely believe Harley's best days are ahead of it. We're seeing some interesting things coming out of Milwaukee, and yeah, just keep your eyes in that direction. Watch. But all of this is really just what Robert Plant called talk of days for which we sit and wait when all will be revealed. In the meantime, I'm really glad you were able to come out with me on this ride. It's a beautiful day. You've been fantastic. I'm Papa Hefe. Stay shiny side up out there. Keep it rubber side down. Peace.